from America was coming.
Oh, Bella.
I think they did when Obama came here a lot. When he came to talk about we need strong institutions.
Yeah.
But it's one of our favorite Kente patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't this the Fatia Fatankuma one?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think so. I'm not sure, but
I'm drinking this for the New Patriotic Party.
What's inside the cup, Roland?
Oh, this water.
You're giving them a showdown this morning.
It looks like Jesus has done it again.
The showdown is going to be given by Kenny Japan.
Or maybe not, as
we love him here in our studios, so I think it's a good thing. I know we have that inside, so we'll play it, but yeah. I think it was a comprehensive coverage. I have to say, by all the media houses, particularly also because we are of our own Election Command Center. And I did love all the regular updates that we also gave as Election Command Center, and it was quite incisive as well. And I have to say, it looks like we're ready for 2024. We're even more than ready for the showdown. If
there will be no showdown.
If party agents are beaten, we'll be there. We're hoping that we're not going to repeat what happened in 2020, in which we had 8 people dying, and the government of Ghana, through its security apparatus, has failed in which way soever to give us any conclusive responses or answers why 8 people died in election 2020, and we still don't have a comprehensive investigation done as to how they died, the perpetrators of those killings, and any conclusive investigation and report made. I know that Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa had petition charge on that. I spoke to him, I think, towards the end of last year or somewhere last year, and we still don't have the answers coming. And we have a ruling party undertaking this, and we have some of these. Some of the pictures are gruesome, particularly the agent of Alan Chamantin in Northeast region, who has blood scattered all over.
They sent an explanation of sorts to say that the media reportage was an exaggeration of what had happened.
No problem.
That it was just one hand that hit him, and he
one
happened
hand.
Must
have been a very heavy one.
So he was hit, and he happened to bleed out, and they took him to the hospital, and he got treatment. But like you're saying, it's unfortunate that these things will happen at a superdelegates conference of this size. We should we perhaps be concerned about what's going to happen on the 4th of November and then eventually the elections. But I hope that the learnings from this superdelegates conference will help prevent some of these unfortunate occurrences moving forward. But all in all, I think it was a very successful conference. I enjoyed the coverage. I was watching you and Bella on TV. I enjoyed the coverage. It was very comprehensive. All of the analysis, the backstories that Duke gave us, the political history, the political history Duke gave us, gave me a very good understanding of where each of the delegates were coming from and how they'll potentially do. But I must say I was heartbroken for those who scored 0-0-0 everywhere. It's heartbreaking.
For me, I think that my concern, again, back to the issue of the man who was brutalized or abused, physically assaulted more like. And the fact that when we had spoken to our correspondents, Chris was the one who was in the Northeast. He said that when they got there, when the media got there, they were told that they would not be allowed to enter the hall, you know, to also report on the voting process. And he found that a bit worrying. And I found it worrying as well. What reason did they give? Well, they didn't exactly give any reason. So they were given chairs to sit on the side outside to wait until voting begins, well, counting begins. Then they allowed in. And I thought that that was quite unfair and unusual as well. Because, again, we're hearing only one side of the story. This is the man who says that, and he spoke to Chris when he came out and says that he was trying to stop people from showing their ballot, their ballot paper after voting, which is what was happening.
Apparently,
you see, and my point is that if that's the case, we don't have any media in there to really report and tell us what the real truth is
happened
and how he ended up with that huge swelling on his eye. So it's going to be his word against everybody else within the party.
Has he spoken?
Well, he spoke to the media men right when he came out, and they also tried to get some information from the other people around as well. They definitely would say what might suit them. As to whether this man is telling the truth or not, the media should have been there to report on some of these things. And it wasn't only the Northeast voting center that they stopped the media from entering, you know, the voting hall. And I thought that was problematic. What were they trying to cover? You get it. And so, well, I hope that moving forward, they really investigate this matter and find out exactly what happened. Because Alan's team said, we're not going to accept Northeast. Is it really true that maybe there were people who may have received some incentive and were forced to show their ballot paper before putting it in there? And if that's the case, the guidelines of the party says that if that happened, then those votes will not be counted. But all 28 votes were counted for the vice president. Is there some truth in it? And if they investigate later and they find out that that really happened, will they take away those votes or what will they do about it? A lot of questions that need to be answered before November 4. Because we cannot see a repetition of what happened on Saturday, on November 4. You know?
Well, that said, let's take you through what we have this morning. So for the This Morning segment, we're going to ask you the question. What do you make, based on your own observations and assessments of the MPP Superdelegates Conference? And so we're going to interact with you. Of course, we would also have the insets in between. And there's not going to be Johnny's bite today because Johnny is a bit under the weather, so we wish him speedy recovery. Johnny Hughes, a speedy recovery to you. And then we'll get into the big issues. We'll discuss, of course, it's the MPP Delegates Conference. What are the implications for the main election on November 4, and then also for the general election 2024. And you know the general election means that we're having the presidential election as well as the parliamentary election. All right. And so we'll take a look at that comprehensively. We're going to have, you know, calls made into the camps of the Alan team. We'll also speak to the Kennedy Japan team. And then we're going to have an independent assessment in the person of Musa Dankwa. He is the Executive Director for Global Info Analytics. They undertake comprehensive polls on elections, etc. And of course, Edu Jitamak will be right here. Make sure you stay right here with us. We'll be having some comprehensive investigations and incisive questioning on many of the related matters. But beyond that also, we also know that Ghana's Most Beautiful took place over the weekend. Yeah. It entered week 8, and there was an eviction.
A very emotional eviction.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It was difficult to watch. Yeah. Bella, you and I have worked, you know, on beauty pageants. Exactly. It's really difficult to watch evictions. Yesterday's show was particularly insightful and educative. The ladies did some entrepreneurial training, and it showed in their presentations. Some of the business ideas that were shared yesterday, I think, deserve huge investment and backing beyond the pageant. There was one on mental health, which I really appreciated. There was one on the beauty industry, and a very interesting business idea. Yeah. So the ladies did great. It was sad to see 3 of them go home, and apparently next week another 4 will go home. So
where are we in a hurry to?
so
another 4.
Yeah. So we need to keep our favorite girls in the house. We need to keep voting for them.
Yeah, at least we're doing better than the Black Stars. We're not doing one goal project.
I have some 2 favorites in there.
Oh, what are their names?
Selom of Volta Region.
Yeah, she was saved. She was saved.
Are you voting?
And I've been voting consistently, and then also for the Northern region.
I see.
Is that what you're using the cash out winnings for?
Nura is.
Is that what you're
no,
using
I do cash out. I do that one too. You know where I have to bet.
Wherever
I
the
do
money
bet
is.
it. Yeah.
So we're going to have a conversation about Ghana's Most Beautiful at a time where we are encouraging young people to venture into entrepreneurship and try to find or develop the great business ideas that we have. Yesterday's episode was very insightful. Social commentary on social media, Twitter especially, suggested that our ideas, or the ideas that ladies shared, were great. We're looking for investors to give us money to be able to develop these ideas so that we, the young people, too, can, you know, contribute to national development and the economy.
Charlie,
yes.
I think I've seen this line. President Kufuor, State of the Nation.
No, you did not.
Yeah. Did you write his speech for him?
Yeah.
Did you write his speech for him?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay. We're checking. Anyway.
And then we brought you a story last week of Baby Mike. And Baby Mike had a peculiar situation, of course, diagnosed with hydrocephalus. But the peculiar abnormality was that there was during the period of the development of the gestation period itself, there was a fetus that also developed in Baby Mike's head. And so they called it fetus in fetus. So we had the lead surgeons at the Ridge Hospital right here in Accra, that, the hospital they call the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, doing surgery for the 4th time to make sure that they save him. And we also asked for your donation, and many of you also contributed to this. We're grateful. The operation actually was not only going to be the 4th or the last, it was going to continue. And well, we just didn't hear some good news at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He passed. He passed. Our condolences go to the mother who's there, and that's Sarah. So
Yeah.
Very sad.
the young mother Sarah. Our condolences to you. But
Very sad.
But during the week, we'll find a good way to also discuss this.
Yeah.
What are some of the medical abnormalities or complications that tend to happen during the period of gestation? Because sometimes you have babies forming differently other than what you see in the scans and what accounts for them. And sometimes it can be very grueling and heartbreaking, especially for the mothers and the family and even the medical doctors who tend to watch.
Also, it's difficult to understand that with all the medical advancements there is now, some of these things are unable to be picked up at an earlier stage. Because elsewhere, through the antenatal scans and so on, they are able to pick up abnormalities like this, and they help the mother at that very early stage to make a decision about whether or not she would want to continue, with a pregnancy. But it appears that here we don't have those options, and you don't know until the baby is born. And after you meet the baby and there's that physical contact and the love, it's difficult to make some decisions about the baby moving forward. When I read about baby Mike over the weekend, I broke down completely, because we followed the story, Roland, that you have carried, and a lot of us have developed a connection with baby Mike. I cannot begin to imagine how the mother must be feeling right now. He was over a year old. That was very difficult to hear. And for all of you who have listened and followed the story about baby Mike, I'm sure you probably feel the same. He was 16 months old. And our heart goes out to his mother and the family. And any mother really watching us today who has lost a child before or is going through a difficult health complication with her baby, our heart goes out to you.
Definitely. And for me, it's also about the 2 babies that were left at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. One was abandoned at the beach and was picked up. And the other one, I think there was something that struck me when they were telling the story about the deformed baby and the fact that his mother had tried to abort him when she was pregnant, which is probably what led to the defects that he's facing as well. Maybe we should have a conversation about unsafe abortion and how this could also eventually affect the child, and helping mothers make decisions at an early stage, like Nan said.
More responsible.
Exactly. But it's heartbreaking. These are such beautiful babies. I can't fathom how a mother would want to leave their baby. But sometimes, you have to be empathetic as well, because you don't understand what they may be going through, which is why they'll make such tough decisions. But this broke my heart completely this morning. I don't know how their mothers are feeling. But I hope that help comes their way very soon. But let's take a quick break. This is TV3 New Day. And when we come back, we'll find out from you your assessment of the NPP Superdelegates Conference. Don't go anywhere.
I want you so bad, Alpha Cracker. I want you. I wanna say yes, I can't resist. I want you. Ooh, I want you, Alpha Cracker. I want you so bad, Alpha Cracker. I don't recall one casa.
Alpha goodness rich in milk and butter. In Alpha Cracker. Yummy and deliciously crunchy.
But I can't resist you.
Alpha Crackers, simply irresistible.
This advert is FDA approved.
Who no like chop money? They want chop money is here. Collect your chop money every morning at 10 a.m. by simply dialing *446# and select option 2 to play Dewa 539 chop money. Win 40 times your stake with Direct 2, 400 times your stake with Direct 3, and 20 times your stake with Direct 1. You can also pay your numbers to win big. You only pick your numbers from 1 to 39, so winning is easy. Dial *446# to play Dewa 539 chop money now. Dewa,
Jackpot of the week. Place bets and hit the jackpot. Log into the 1xBet account. Click on the Take Part button. Place bet and take part in the jackpot draw. Give your luck a chance. Use promo code to get a bonus on your first deposit.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below 18 years. Gambling can be addictive.
You are a major stakeholder in nation building. Your voice matters. Start your day with us.
We simplify the conversations, break down the jargons and technicalities. We keep you well informed throughout the week. Start your day with us.
We give the leaders the mandate to govern our affairs. We have a responsibility to hold them to account. It begins here. Start your day with us. Good morning, Ghana, Africa, and the rest of the wonderful world. Welcome to Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Start your day well informed. Start with us on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Catch the Sunrise Morning Show with me, Johnny Hughes, Helena Piampofo, and William Asiedu. Weekdays from 5:55 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on 3FM 92.7. Your urban lifestyle radio.
When the sun rises, there is hope. While this hope lingers on, the citizens look up to the government, the economy, the national development agenda, and everything in between.
On Ghana Tonight, it's our utmost priority to bring you insightful conversations on the economy, break down the biggest issues while setting the agenda for transformation and national development. The big and important stories are treated from the human interest angle, while the facts and the figures are painted with precision. So now, let's cut the convention and start the conversation here on Ghana Tonight. I am your host, Alfred Okamse.
Ghana Tonight shows Monday to Friday at 10 p.m. on TV3.
Brought to you by Flamingo Paint. Superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage, simply superior.
The age-old rivalry that senior high schools engage in is still present within alumni. The battle for bragging rights to a particular endeavor remains even after school. If your school can cook, it means your school is here. If your school can boast of good culinary masterminds, this right here is the perfect platform to showcase that skill set. Alumni have met and they have chosen representatives to take up the task of preparing extraordinary dishes to bring victory to their respective schools.
Tell me what you're cooking.
Week in, week out, these schools will mount these workstations in a bid to buy your nutritional affinity to them. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare your taste buds and fasten your aprons. These culinary experts are set to battle for the enviable crown of being tagged Lords of the Kitchen. This is Kitchen Wars Season 2.
Kitchen Wars Season 2, Sundays at 5 p.m. on TV3. Don't miss it.
Sponsored by Gino Tomato Mix
and Napa Foods. Say Napa, Enye Ono Soko.
PGL.
Brilliant play. What a team debut.
Ghana coming out again, the same squad.
For the ball. He's got it. Throw it down, King.
Sports Station, Mondays, 9 p.m. on TV3.
Sports Station is brought to you by Betway, Nesta Mouthwash.
Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage, simply superior.
Are you a great FIFA player? Do you think you can beat anyone and be the very best in Ghana? The Warmer Plus Esports Festival is here to give you an experience. Join us at the forecourt of TV3. It will be a battle for supremacy in FIFA. Come around, let's smash it on the table tennis, football and a snooker table. Kick about with family and friends. Music, food and many more.
To run it through, Griezmann! Oh, it's there! And he has won FIFA World Cup.
So join us on this ride. It is the Warmer Plus Esports Festival, happening on 2nd September 2023. Powered by 3 Sports.
Dear director, I will not forgive you for cutting that song just when he was getting excited. But shouts to Perez Music. Yesterday, he had his glorified Grace and Mercy concert at the Victory Bible Church International, and it was a good one.
Yeah,
it was a good one, so congratulations.
Fantastic.
But this morning, we want to give you a showdown, in a good way, by the way, and we want to hear from you what your assessment of the MPP Super Delegates Conference is. At the end of the voting, Kennedy Ejepong was able to pull 132 votes. Remember, there were 961 super delegates who voted on Saturday. Kennedy Ejepong got 132. Alan Kojo Chemantin came in third place, actually, with 95 votes. Joe Gate got 4 votes. Kojo in Safuapoku got 3 votes. Dr. Owusu Yakoto got 36 votes. I don't know if that was a shocker for you. Did you expect more or less? Kwabna Ejepong got 6. And yesterday he spoke and said he was expecting to place 4th. For some reason, that didn't happen. He came in 6th. Francis Adai Nimo gave people a shock as well. He came in with 9 votes. And then Kofi Kunedua Preku with the almighty 0. I don't understand how and why, but yes. Boachie Jacko also came in with 9th. And then Dr. Mahmoud Baumia came first with 629 votes. So in total, 927 votes were cast and counted on Saturday. So this is the results now. I want to find out from you what you make of the Super Delegates Conference. Were you shocked that for some reason Alan Kojo Chemantin came in third when he was mentioned by many people to be like the number 2 or number 1 in most cases? Let's hear from Yao Boabing Asamoah during the voting process, where he said they were going to reject the Northeast results if it came out because of some issues that were faced by their agents in the Northeast region. Take a look.
Our agent is in the hospital, and they were showing the vote because they were voting for the vice president. So they'll be asked to show the vote.
If they add those results, what would you do?
If they add the results, it's obviously a public sham. That's why I'm telling the entire world, including His Excellency the President, to put his foot down. Because if we all make rules and we decide that the rules will not be enforced, the rules are for the benefit of the public and the candidates, and yet on the ground they will not be enforced, force is applied, impunity is applied, and nobody is able to do anything about it, then the result is a sham.
Well, he says the results is a sham. Alan Chemantin's camp has released a statement on this matter. They are asking for investigation into the matter as well. But we want to hear from you. So please call us. The numbers are on your screen. Let us hear from you. Are you satisfied with the results? Do you think that this will have a reflection on what will happen on November 4? No, Megina dedicated, phone caller. From what?
Are you behind your phone since dawn or something? How do you do it?
I know, right?
I like you guys.
We love you too.
We love you. We
like you too.
I really love the way you handle the show. It's full of maturity, and we like that. More especially the guy who just received an award from BBC.
Yes.
Pakwesi.
Yes.
Pakwesi. Then Kwesi's are clever. I'm also Kwesi.
I'm a Kwesi too.
Yeah.
Imagine I didn't get that, did you? But anyway, what do you make of the Super Delegates Conference? How did it go for you?
Okay. In Africa, our problem is the electric.
Why do you say that?
So this is my quote. African problems is the challenge of the voters.
Why?
Because we are the very people who bring these bad leaders to lead us. Because the system is there. MPP, you said you are a democratic party. Do you know that they do not allow journalists to enter into the auditorium where they were voting?
Yeah.
So, in Akandari, they said,
sorry, hold on, please repeat. You were going too fast. I barely got anything you said.
Give us
the quote again.
I said, the source of African problem is the African voter.
No, you just gave us an African proverb, and I just wanted you to repeat that again.
Yes, it is. Penini. Penini Tresima Yunkuma Numa. Near to two Anuman, Honian Fanumana. We need Takana Machine Penini Mutanse and Mabini.
Okay. What does that mean? What are you trying to say? Yeah.
So they went into the auditorium, did what they want, and came out reporting to us to be part of their discussion.
Yeah.
Because when they were doing their things, we were not there. So we cannot tell what happened there. So if I try to answer what I don't know, Proverbs 18:13 says, I will be foolish person. So my last quote for them is Proverbs 26 verse 4 to 5. If you are dealing with a fool, the first action allow the person to go. But the second point, Bible says respond to the person. Otherwise, it will be like a wise person. Meanwhile, his action or her action is foolishness. So this Democratic Party that we say we are NPP, look at what you are doing. You are beating people because of power. You want to lead us, but you don't want us to do the right thing. So it means that when you face and you become a party candidate and you become a president of the NLD, we will not be able to criticize you.
Okay. Megina, thank you so much for speaking to us. And, well, he made some valid points there. Gave us a bit of, Bible verses, some African proverbs here and there. But make it short when you call us so we can also give other people the opportunity to call and share their concerns, their opinions about the MPP Super Delegates Conference. But, yeah, I mean, same issue I had with the fact that they didn't allow the media into the voting center. So you come out and tell us one thing. How do we ascertain if it's really true and that's exactly how things panned out? In the auditorium.
But I'm interested to know why.
Yeah.
I think one of the conversations that should be had post the Super Delegates Conference is why. And if they intend to do the same thing in November, on November 4th, when they actually hold their major election of the flag bearer for the MPP. We have a caller calling us all the way from Kumasi. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
My name is Richie.
You're welcome to the show. Tell us, what's your assessment of last weekend's Super Delegates Conference?
Probably Alan disgraced himself, but you see, well, you have to take it like that because you have showcased yourself for the first time, but for Kennedy to overpass you for second position, I see that it is a disgrace for him all do. But
just to take it as that. But if I were to be in his shoes, I wouldn't go in for the second. For the second week.
You mean on November 4th?
Hello?
You mean on November 4th?
Yeah, on November 4th. I wouldn't go because it is a disgrace. For you to be in a third position, oh no, it is a disgrace.
I see.
And then he still has to work on his campaign message here, because at the time he was moving around the university for her to work on these things. Kennedy and then Bawumia was moving alongside with the delegates and the super delegates, while Alan was moving along with the university.
Okay. All right. Thank you for calling. It looks like we lost you there. We're sorry about that. But you can also call us. The number to reach us on is on your screen now. What's your assessment of last weekend's Super Delegates Conference? There's so many discussions and conversations that are happening post the election. Some people are concerned, like our past caller, about Alan's position. Some people are surprised about Kennedy Japon's performance. Some people are also concerned about those who scored absolute zero. It was quite heartbreaking to see. But we've got Justice on the line now, calling us all the way from Tamale. Hello, Justice.
Good morning, please.
Good morning, please. You're welcome to the show.
Yes, you are doing a very good job.
Thank you so much. Tell us, what's on your mind?
But my observation is that Alan lost this contest long time ago.
Why is that?
Why?
Look, they plotted to remove everybody who intended voting for a long time ago. Let me tell you, in Tamale town here, all Alan supporters were underground. They could not mention the name of Alan.
Why?
They were afraid.
Why?
Look, many things were swept under the carpet.
Like what?
Yeah, what do you know that we don't know?
They could beat you up.
Who could beat you up?
Oh, you and I know the strength of Bawumia's supporters in the north.
I don't know.
In the northern region that day, a gentleman was slapped for complaining.
During the election? During the conference?
Yes.
He was slapped for complaining.
Was slapped for simply complaining. Somebody slapped this gentleman for complaining, and he slapped him back.
And who slapped him?
A gentleman who was slapped him back. This is a man they held in high esteem. So many things.
I see.
Like the gentleman said, look, the journalists were not allowed to go in.
Mm-hmm.
So you go and do whatever you wanted, and you want people to be part of it like the other man mentioned. It's fake.
Okay.
Good morning.
Thank you, Justice. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate your call. You're giving us some information that we are not aware of. We're grateful that you called. Anyway, so one of the things that people have spoken about, well, if social media comments is something to go by, is the surprise that Alan Kyerematen came third. I think he's one of the people who were picked to be first or second. Bawumia seemed like a natural first because he's a vice president. But I think that Kennedy pulled a big surprise.
Did he really? I thought he
was
was
going
to
second
perform,
position.
I thought he was going to perform better than he actually did.
So
for some reason, I was expecting
you expected him to do better than Alan?
Well, yes.
I see.
I think so. I don't know why, but we have a caller from Ho. Let's hear from him, and then we'll read a statement from Honorable Kojo Kyerematen's camp. But hello, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
Thank you for joining us. I'm fine, thank you. We're all fine, thank you. How are you doing as well?
Doing very well.
All right, talk to us. Were there any shockers for you on Saturday?
Is that?
Did you find anything shocking on Saturday during the NPP Super Delegates Conference?
Not really, because studying the whole game plan, I think Alan has a game plan, and to Alan's team, they don't want to spend so much on the Super Delegate conference, because looking at the delegates for the Super Delegate conference, some of them are appointees.
Yeah.
And if you are an appointee and the person who appoints you asks you to vote for a particular person and don't do it, you'll be fired. So some of them, a lot of them were afraid. So they have to do what their paymaster asked them to do.
How do you know this? How do you know this? Because there's really no, evidence to show that their boss asked them to vote for a particular person.
Now, looking, for example, the Cocoa Board, CEO of Cocoa Board, yes, who was openly campaigning for Bawumia, and is an appointee of the government, of the president.
But other appointees also indicated their support for Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a few of them. Majority of them, that appointees like somebody like the MP for Hogwell like this, he is not an appointee, you see, and it's just a few of them. So majority of the appointees are rooting for the president and issue for the vice president. So you should expect this vote. So I think that this will not turn up in the November election. The ball game will change.
Who do you think? Who do you think would win the November election?
Even Bawumia will be winning in November, the margin will not be as wide as this.
Okay, all right. Well, yes, if we are not, could this have any implication on what could happen on November 4 or not? Dr. Asante as well had said that if Dr. Bawumia was able to poll 70% on Saturday, then it would be an easy win for him on November 4. But anything below, I mean, it still wasn't 70. Anything below 70, and he will have a bit of a challenge winning easily on November 4. Let's see if that really happens.
I have this one from Guy G. And Guy G says the V8 delegates are done voting now.
There was V8.
The V8 delegates.
So it's now time for the Trotro and Okada delegates 10. We are going to give them a showdown come November 4.
What is the meaning of showdown?
It's in the statement.
Do we have Kenny Japan's showdown statement?
No, we have Alan Chaban's
statement.
And it was released on Sunday, a day after the voting. Well, it says here, on Saturday, the 26th of August, 2023, the Special Electoral College convened by the New Patriotic Party, NPP, selected my good self as one of the presidential aspirants to contest the November 4 presidential primaries. Congratulations to all my colleagues who participated in the selection process. I wish to use this opportunity to thank the Almighty God for His grace and mercy in guiding my path this far. I would also like to express my profound appreciation to the delegates of the Special Electoral College who voted for me in this initial selection process. My appreciation also goes to my family and the Alan for President A4P 2024 campaign team, including members of the pro-Alan groups for their dedication and commitment to my campaign agenda. I would, however, like to express my deep sorrow about the brutal assault of my polling agent in the Northeast region. This is an indelible blot to the integrity of the internal democratic process within the NPP. I wish my colleague speedy recovery and God's manifold blessings and would like to assure him and his family of my unwavering support for his well-being. The A4P campaign coordination team is currently analyzing the results of the Special Electoral College election, and in the course of this week, I'll deliver a public broadcast on the way forward for my campaign. I wish to reassure my team and supporters, particularly those at the grassroots level, that the battle is still the Lord's, and that those who wait upon the Lord shall have their strength renewed. Amen. Hallelujah, somebody. Amen. God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong.
Those who wait upon the Lord
shall have their strength renewed. They shall mount up with wings like eagles.
Amen. We have a caller on the line now. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, good morning, sir. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Mikhail. I'm calling from Kumasi.
You're welcome to the show. What are your thoughts on last weekend's conference?
Okay. Well, I have. It's really unfortunate the events that happened in some of the polling stations.
Yeah.
We live in Ghana, and we claim that Ghana is a democratic country, and if it is a democratic country, a ruling party of MPP's nature, I believe, should do the right thing, because some of these precedents they're setting, it is giving us an indication that the other political parties will gear up, knowing that even in the internal elections of MPP, things have gone in the way they're going. The other political parties will also gear themselves up for the 2024 election. And if nothing is done about it, I don't think the elections that we're going to hold in 2024 are going to be peaceful. For this reason, my suggestion to the ruling party is that they will have to investigate into the matters that were reported and make sure that those who did not go or did not do or did not go by the rules that were set are held accountable, so that to forestall any unprecedented events in the 2024 elections.
All right.
That's my take on that. And I appreciate the good work that you people are doing for the Mother Ghana. Roland, I'm your fan, and I enjoy your programs.
Thank you very much. We're grateful. Always stay loyal. And please make sure that you cash out always. The cash out short code is *439#. *439#. Mashallah.
I will do that.
All right. The A for P campaign. Yes. I think I like that slogan.
You like it. You don't like Atupa.
Please, let's read the statement.
Bella.
Let's read the statement from the Kennedy Japan 2024 campaign.
Maybe it's not Atupa.
Bella,
maybe it's Atopa.
Bella, please read the statement for us.
Tops. Ken Ejapon 2024, also released on the 27th of August. Leadership of service, my appreciation to all. Atupa. I would like to first thank the Almighty God. Akoto. Akoto tops all. He shocked me by making it into the top 4, actually. But anyway, I would like to first thank the Almighty God for His grace and guidance on this journey. Next, I thank my magnificent team whose hard work has gotten us this far. I also extend warm congratulations to my fellow contestants for putting themselves out to serve our party and country. You are winners in your own right, regardless of the final results. I extend a warm hand of welcome to invite those who fell short to join me as we seek to lead our party to victory in 2024. To the 132 delegates who braved unprecedented difficulties to vote for me, to put me in second place and thereby qualify me to compete in the main primaries on 4th November, I express my heartfelt gratitude to you and God's guidance over you. And continue saying, I urge my cherished campaign team, volunteers and team and supporters in Ghana and around the world to know that the larger battle to win the polls on 4th November 2023 and secure the flag bearership slot of the NPP has just begun. After that comes the ultimate fight of 7th December 2024 against the NDC to sustain the gains our party has made over the past 2 terms and transform our dear country. I pledge to engage and listen more as I embark on the final leg of my listening tour in the run-up to the 4th November elections. I also promise to improve on all fronts to atone for areas where we have opportunities. I'm confident that together we shall lead the NPP to break the 8 for all Ghanaians to realize the full potential of our dear country. I thank you all. Ken Ohene Ejapon. Interesting that his complaints were missing in this statement. I would have thought that he would have asked for some further investigation into
the statement vis-a-vis his reactions.
Yeah, they don't
in the videos and so on.
That's not Atupa.
Bella, stop saying Atupa. You know, they don't match. I expected some of the complaints that he had to feature at his press conference.
So will he change it? Or he's still going with Atupa?
Bella, you need to stop saying Atupa.
I'm just asking that. You know, now because Alan's own is different now. I never had the A for P until
What's Ken's slogan? K for P?
No, what's his slogan again?
I'll give you a showdown.
No.
I'll give you a showdown.
About pragmatic leadership, I think.
PhD.
Yeah,
PhD. Pull him down.
What?
No. No, I don't mean
Bella,
that.
be careful.
That's just by the way. So PhD actually means what?
Something about pragmatism.
Honesty and discipline.
Yes.
Patriotism.
Honesty.
Yeah, honesty, discipline.
Honestly, the first time I heard it, I was like, why would you use pull him down for all this? But I guess, he explained later.
You know, it's one thing that people appreciate Kennedy Japan for. His honesty, and you know, he doesn't mince words. He does not pretend or
he doesn't change his stance.
No, he doesn't change his stance.
So
I'll give you a showdown.
The showdown will happen.
I would like to know. You know, we should look up what showdown means, and then maybe we can.
Showdown.
People are buying tickets already.
To the
showdown. They are going to watch the showdown.
You know.
We're taking a break. We'll be right back.
President Akufo, member will show down. Vice President, member will show down. So, Mama chasing me agent. I'm not going to shut them. What do you embassy? What do you embassy? Yes. Me challenge President Akufo at any time.
Water is life.